economy. I'm Ashley Esqueda, and yes, I did get a new t-shirt. Thank you for asking. But we don't have time to talk about that because your time is money. And that's why we're going to discuss the news across movies, TV, and games and decide whether you should buy or sell your fan investments. Now we have to talk about something up front that I am a huge fan of, which is Lando Calrissian. Press outlet Premiere France reported Lucasfilm head honcho Kathleen Kennedy said, Lando will be next when asked about the future of the Solo franchise. That's the signal, everybody. We're getting a Lando movie. Woo! Break out those capes. Except put your capes back in carbonite because that's actually not what Kathleen Kennedy said. Lucasfilm issued a statement saying something was lost in translation and that she actually meant she would love to do a Lando movie at some point in the future, not next. So, sorry, everybody. It's the worst. Look, I've seen Solo, and if they have Lando in the next two, like they have planned, as much or more, honestly, I think we may not even need a standalone Lando movie. But, of course, obviously, Donald Glover is amazing, and I'd love to see him in the role. As for Solo, my spoiler-free review, liked it, didn't love it, and I thought it was a perfectly fun space adventure movie. Good job, Ron Howard, but perfunctory, so I'm going to give you a very calm bye. Well, speaking of calm, let's talk about something that's the exact opposite, which is the set of Lethal Weapon. Fox was on the brink of canceling Lethal Weapon after reports one of its co-stars, Clayne Crawford, was emotionally abusing cast and crew. Fortunately, Fox opted not to cancel the show, but to fire Crawford and replace him with Seann William Scott, who you might recognize as Stifler from the American Pie franchise. Other star of the show, Damon Wayans, tweeted out a bunch of crazy stuff about his time on the set, including this picture of a gash on the back of his head that he insinuates was caused during an episode Crawford directed. On top of that, he also posted a picture from the Warner Brothers parking lot where someone had attached a sticker that said Clayne Crawford is an emotional terrorist to a post, which is absolutely bananas. But overall, I thought this show was going to be a sell for sure. But now that Seann William Scott's in the mix, I feel really, really good about it. And I'm actually really proud of Fox for not throwing in the towel and putting all those people out of work. So you know what? I'm interested. I'm going to throw a couple of bucks their way. It's a buy. Good job, Fox. And Seann William Scott, if you ever want to come on the show and talk about it, we'd love to have you. Some things are able to be saved, like Lethal Weapon. Some things are not, which brings us to our next story about Cliffy B. Gears of War creator Cliff Bleszinski's game studio Boss Key has folded. Cliffy B posted a heartfelt official statement on his Twitter, and he talked about how Lawbreakers just couldn't get the traction it needed. And on top of that, when they launched Radical Heights, well, a little game called Fortnite sucked all the air out of that space. Unfortunately, that is it for Boss Key Productions, and Cliffy B is taking a little break from the game industry, but he did start tweeting about a bunch of other things that Boss Key was working on that I would like to mention because they sound hilarious and crazy and awesome. First of all, being this insane ninjas riding dragons, fighting zombies up in airships game, which sounds pretty cool. Then there was a 5v5 team-based VR mech game, which seems pretty awesome. And then the last one is this, which he described as sort of Mario Kart VR, like crazy with animals. I don't know, guys. I mean, Boss Key had some really cool ideas, and hopefully they will live on in some form going forward in the future. But for now, it was nice knowing you, Boss Key. And if you had any investments left in there, guys, I'm sorry, but those shares, they're worth nothing. It's a sell. Bummer. Now, speaking of things that come back to life, we all heard about Brooklyn Nine-Nine and how it was saved from cancellation by NBC. NBC picked it up after Fox said, nah, we don't want any more of that. And fans all around the world rejoiced. They rejoiced. Except for one. And that's our very own Mark Serrels.
You know what I like? You know what I really like? When things end. Sometimes it's good when things end, isn't it? When something was really good on the telly or at the pictures, and you just watched it, and you finished up, and you were like, oh, that was good, wasn't it? That was really good. Did you like that? Ah, me too. It was really good, wasn't it? How come things aren't allowed to end? How come Brooklyn Nine-Nine can't end? When they were like, oh, we're going to cancel it, I was like, fair enough. 5 seasons, good effort, man. Just let it go. How come when I watch a movie at the pictures, I have to stay through the credits because I know something's going to happen where the guy's like, oh, but I'm actually back. Something else is going to happen. Now I have to go to the cinema and think about it all the time instead of going for my jog or make my cup of tea. Like, look, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's alright. I like it. Sometimes I watch it, sometimes I just watch it while I'm doing the dishes or while I'm talking to my wife or I'm having a good old laugh doing something else. And then everybody has to be like, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back because it's good. Bring it back because it's good, because we have to wait until it becomes shit so we don't watch it anymore. Just let it be good, let it finish good. It's in its prime. 5 seasons is pretty good. 5 seasons is a lot of seasons. That's a lot of episodes. If you want to watch good TV, just rewatch the old ones. I watch Seinfeld all the time. If they bring back Seinfeld, I'd be like, gonna no bring back Seinfeld, because I just don't want to watch it anymore. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was long. 5 seasons it's a good innings, man. It's a good effort. Well done, big man. You made your show. Let's make a new one. Does that make sense? I reckon. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You might have heard of a little show called RuPaul's Drag Race, but what you might not have heard was that RuPaul's Drag Race has its own convention. We're here in Los Angeles, California at RuPaul's DragCon LA, and we decided we would talk to some of the queens from the show and have them define some drag terms for us, just in case you're a new viewer, and also talk about what the show means, not only to them, but also to the community at large. Come on. All looking very fabulous today.
Thank you. Go get your eyes checked.
Oh my God, you just complimented me so fiercely.
We're asking some queens to define drag terms for us.
Okay. Perfect, let's do it.
Can you define clocking?
Oh.
You find a flaw in somebody's makeup or their look, their outfit, and you let them know that I clocked it.
Oh, I know what's going on underneath that wig. Like, I clocked you.
Right.
You're a boy.
Can you define shade for us?
Shade.
It's not just darkness.
It's a fun way of pointing out somebody's flaw,
Poking fun, telling a joke.
but you have to do it in a way where it's funny, witty, and quick.
You know, when people are like, oh my God, look at that pig. And I'm like, you like my pig?
Okay, what about fish?
Oh, that's the three of us. True ladies.
Yeah.
Basically, when you look so feminine that you are fishy.
The complete embodiment of femininity.
So you.
Absolutely. You know what? I will not disagree with you because today I'm feeling real kunti, real fishy, real, how do you say in Spanish, pescada.
What about dusted?
Dusted is like, hello, how I am.
Where my makeup is so beautiful and it's so laid that I am dusted for the gods.
Effortlessly looking pretty.
So yeah, you're right, you.
Thank you.
Now that I feel fabulous, I think it's important to mention that beyond all of the glitter, the crowns, the rhinestones, DragCon is actually a super special place.
DragCon is important because it is a queer LGBTQ plus safe space for anybody and everybody to come around, walk around, kiki, get your zhuzh with the queens, the kings, and the in-betweens, and just like have a good time.
All of us had to find our own family and find places to go within our community to feel loved and to feel reached out. And now we have this huge platform, this huge event that supports that.
It's fun to let go of like your gender and your thoughts about who you are as a person and what you should and shouldn't do.
People are here to connect with people on beyond, you know, the eyelashes and all that other stuff. It's really about this community of queens are inviting everyone into this subculture, which is now sort of gone from being a subculture to a much more mainstream.
For the girls, it is like a big reunion. It's like a big family reunion because we get to see all of our sisters.
DragCon is a time where I have a bottle of champagne behind my booth secretly, and I'm just kikiing with everybody.
Tune into RuPaul's Drag Race and find out a little bit more about our community. And we'll try to find out a little bit more about your community through you.
Cheers to that. And also cheers to nipples, because without them, boobs would have no point.
That'll be $10.
Oh, So whether you're dusted or busted, bougie or banji, you can always find your tribe here at RuPaul's DragCon. Now, if you missed Los Angeles, that's okay. They're gonna do one in New York later this year. But if you can't get to either New York or Los Angeles, watch RuPaul's Drag Race on VH1. Seriously, you guys, it's one of the best shows that's ever been made on television. Just ask Ru. I I love DragCon. Thanks so much to World of Wonder and all of the queens at RuPaul's DragCon LA for hanging out with us. Next week, we're going to be checking out Solo, a Star Wars story red carpet, and a very special show vehicle that was built for it. You don't want to miss that. Of course, we love hearing from you guys. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Ashley Esqueva, and you can use the hashtag StreamEconomy to talk about your favorite movies, games, and TV shows. And if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching, my friends. Be sure to share the show, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, ring that bell because it is my favorite sound in the whole universe. Well, that's it for us at Stream Economy this week. We will see you next time, but until then, be good streamers. Bye.